1930.
That yesterday we were up down Right, Mike.
Hello, welcome to Chasing the Finish Line Thoughts, and we're here at a very wet and rainy Babbs Mill Park, but it isn't for parkrun. Today was the second race of the Centurion Running Club Grand Prix, Sunday the 7th of December. I made sure I turned up at the right time and on the right day, because on the podcast I kept saying it was the second weekend of the month. No idea where I got that from. But as you can see, or if you're listening on podcast, you won't be able to see, I'm joined by Ben. Me and Ben both completed the race today. Little bit of a wet and windy one, and we sort of both messaged in the chat before getting there. You said that you weren't really feeling it pre-race. It's your first run back since you've damaged your foot on one of the runs that you did on the Broadway Marathon. And I think I got to sleep about 2 o'clock and was up again at 5:45. So didn't have the best night's sleep, and then factor in a near enough 2-hour drive from Lincoln. So pre-race, we weren't really feeling it. But how are you feeling now? Because obviously it was your first run since the marathon. It was more to test out your foot, and you weren't feeling it. Did that run reflect that you weren't feeling it? And how's your foot?
Yeah, bit of a humbling experience. I feel like it's been that way over the last couple of months, to be honest. Even like doing the Broadway Marathon and then obviously doing this today. I've come away. I've got a bit of pain in my foot. Just struggled walking back, to be honest. So it's not what you want, is it? Do you know what I mean? Especially when like I've not ran for 3 weeks now. I could tell that running around. I was. I've said it before. You know how you can fall off that quick. I mean, whether it's a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, like any time off, you really can feel it, which is annoying because mentally, I was saying mentally, I'm there,
Yeah.
and I don't know how to explain it. It's one of them. Like I know in my head I can do it, but my body just doesn't want to. It's like they're completely out of sync. Where throughout this running journey, they've always been in sync, and I've been kind of progressing nicely and getting quicker and whatever. I really feel out of sync at the minute. I've really been struggling. So I'm glad I got out here today.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the first part of it, isn't it? You know, actually doing races and doing runs and getting out regardless of the weather. But yeah, she said I really didn't fancy this morning, but got out.
Well, we were just saying to Simon, weren't we? We saw a couple of the lads. So if you're listening to this, it was great to meet you. We were chatting to Simon Gilson, saw Gav Hughes here, Chris Cutts as well. He said hello to me on the course. And there's a couple of others as well. If I've forgotten you, I do apologise. But we were literally just saying to Simon then in the clubhouse afterwards, and this is definitely a factor for me. If you weren't doing it today, and you would probably say vice versa. I don't know. You might be a little bit different, but if you weren't doing it today, I think I'd have probably sacked it off. I think the fact that we've both had sort of each other to lean on has definitely helped in that point of view. Would you have done it, or?
Yeah, I probably would have. I mean, I paid for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know
Okay. I mean? Fair enough.
Yeah, but just going on with that, like speaking to Simon about how important it is, running with other people.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like I've never really needed that before, but now I've been going through a bit of a low and struggling a bit. I feel like I do need people to run with and just get along with. But no, I mean, I didn't. Looking back, reflection now, it's been probably about half an hour, 45 minutes since we finished, whatever. Good fun.
Yeah.
I in a way I did enjoy it. It was tough, but yeah, I forgot my watch today, but it's really annoying. So I don't have no idea how I got on or whatever. Which was a big test in a way because I definitely started off way too quick.
Yeah. Guilty.
Yeah, but obviously, usually when I've got my watch on, I will look at my pace and think, right, I can slow down a bit. Just you can play it by ear and be strategic about it. No, I just had to go completely off feeling today, which is hard because you're seeing people, go off quick and you're like, I should be there and I should be here, and then you start getting in your feels, and then having people overtake you. I had quite a few people overtake me today. Broadway Marathon was the same. I had a lot of people take over me, and it's just, yeah, it's not great. But I'd say I don't know how I got on. I'm guessing maybe top 10 potentially.
Well, Simon was pretty sure that you were top 10
Mm,
because he said that at the finish line.
yeah.
But what I want to know is, this is your old parish,
Mm.
your old home park run.
Mm.
That was pretty much the park run route in reverse with a little bit added on.
Yeah.
You've never done. I know you, when you used to live around there, you used to come through the park to. You used to include it in your longer runs.
Yeah.
So you might have done a bit of that. But
Yeah.
what did you make of the course itself? Especially because in some parts it was soft underfoot, and I mean it's really weird. It's not lashing it down, but it's that really wet rain.
Yeah.
So what did you make of the course out there?
I was a bit worried. The amount of rain we've had over the last couple of weeks, to be honest, I was a bit worried about it, knowing not running it before. But to be fair, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
It really wasn't.
I agree.
There was one or two bits, so you just have to just be careful your footing, but nothing. I wouldn't even know what to call it. To be honest, what kind of? It's not dirt, is it? But it's a bit.
No, well, that bit where you first come on the softer foot, obviously a large part of it is the park run course, just in reverse. So you already know what to expect.
Yeah.
But over at Wendy's Bridge, for anyone that's done Babbs Mill before, will know Wendy's Bridge. When you're on the other side and you're passing, that bit there, I didn't get told off, but Ian Booth pulled me up on something I said about one of the park runs before, calling it trailer when it wasn't.
Right.
But I think we can maybe get away with calling that little section trailer.
Yeah, light trail.
Yeah.
That's what you call it.
It was like there was some stones underfoot, and then largely it was just sort of mud. I would imagine there would have been grass there in previous seasons, but it's all been trampled on. So, yeah, but I actually liked that course today. I think I was a bit worried in terms of myself. Again, it's been the story for the last 3-4 weeks. Really struggling for motivation to get out after work because of how dark it is at 4 o'clock now, and I've been leaving it only running once a week, and that's a park run on a Saturday, so leaving it from Saturday to the next Saturday. This week was a little bit different, and I've probably pushed myself a little bit too hard. I went out on Friday. I finished a little bit earlier from work than I thought I would, so got out on a 5k on Friday. Then Saturday did park run and felt absolutely horrendous after lap 1 up at Yarborough Leisure Centre. And then today, I obviously you finished way before me, so I saw you, Briar and Chris at the finish line, and I was just starting lap 3, and I just got lap 3 so wrong. And I was very stop-start, lap 3 was. But overall, just over an hour, which is my usual 8.05k time, which is what this is. I'm a little bit same as you. My watch has just stopped working. If anyone, by the way, has an Apple Watch and can tell me what might be wrong, I went to charge it one day, and instead of charging, it just flashes up the Apple logo and won't actually turn on. So if anyone knows if that can be fixed or whether that needs to go in the bin, yeah, that'd be great. But I'm without a watch and I'm recording Strava on my phone. So there is a little bit of disparity there, I think. It's maybe not showing a true reflection, but we'll see what the results say when they come in. But yeah, we were speaking to Simon, and a really good event put on by a really good running club.
Yeah, credit goes to them. Just saying to him, it's just so well put together, and and just the community aspect. Like they're just so welcoming here. Everyone will chat to you. Obviously, you've got different clubs coming as well, but Centurion as themselves, they've absolutely smashed it out of the park, and I'm looking forward to the next one. It'd be a different test, won't it? Hopefully, I hope it's not raining, but.
Well, you're toying with the idea of doing 4 because what do you get if you do 4?
God.
Putting you in the spot, throwing him under the bus. Yeah,
I don't know.
You get something for doing 4 basically.
4, yeah.
But
you're not fancying doing the 4?
January, what's the date? New Year's Day. I don't know what dates or what this coming month. Not prepared in the slightest. But no, January. I think I'm going to be busy. But February coincides with the running show. So if you're not from Birmingham and you're watching this and you happen to be going to the running show at the NEC, this is, God, what, 10-minute drive from the NEC, if that.
I'd say it's the closest.
Yeah, by far the closest part run to the NEC. So if you fancy it, you can pre-book. It's 12 quid if you're not affiliated and £10 if you are. Again, should have had all that ready. An extra £2 on the day if you want to come and turn up on the day and pay on the day. And you can go to the running club in the morning, do this, and then I don't know what time the running show finishes.
But to be fair, you could do the park run on Saturday, get a bit of a taster if you're not from around here, get a taster of the course, and then Sunday it's just that in reverse, basically.
So yeah, make sure if you are in the area.
Minus the hills.
Yeah, oh yes, if you've done Babbs Mill, you don't have to put up with the hills. So big plus. But yeah, do you know what? I completely echo what you said in terms of the way that they put on the event. I was saying to you, I'm not afraid to admit, I was quite embarrassed on that last lap because in my mind, until you told me that someone had a torn hamstring and was behind me, I thought I was dead last. And I don't know how to say this without it coming across harshly, but I don't mean it harshly. I maybe thought because they were all running clubs here, their mindset would be like, right, I want to get the quickest time I can. Whereas park runs maybe got that more community feel. There's people cantering along. But I thought, you know, when you have to move out the way, I thought you're not going to get as many well done, keep it up. But you know what? Sod that, you absolutely do. Everyone's so supportive. And like I say, I felt a bit embarrassed because in my head, I was the last runner. People, the other marshals were on like previous marshal points, were packing up and walking back to the start line when I was still out on course. And I think Simon said to me, was it nice being out there on your own? Because obviously I've spoken about park run before, being in half marathons, 10Ks, where you're out on your own and there's no one around. That was different level today. And I just thought, you know, people are waiting. There's a marshal actually just round the corner from where we're recording now, right by the finish line. He said, well done, you're almost there. And I said, I bet you hate people like me keeping you here for longer than you need to be. And I just felt bad. I just thought, you know, that I'm holding everyone here up, but there were still people at the finish line and everyone was so supportive. So if you're not a faster runner and you like the sound of this, but you're worried because it's a running club that you might not fit in, or don't worry about that. Everyone is super supportive and it's a good course. Well, I won't say no inclines, but no massive inclines, no hills or anything like that. And on a drier day, as Ben said in February when we're here, who knows what it'll be like. But yeah, well, for me, I think that wraps up my 2025 in terms of events. You've damaged your foot again, so is that you out for the year now? Well, rest of the year?
No, well, we'll see. I mean, we'll probably do a few park runs.
Well, I don't know because next weekend I'm not about.
Well, we've got the Pickle Goose Run.
Ah, yes. Yeah, we have. We've got the Pickle Goose Run. Thanks. See, this is how hopeless I am. It's our own run that we've made, and I've just written it off in my head. But yeah, Pickle Goose Run, 10 a.m. start, Alton Tavern Pub, 10K down the canal, 5K to the boat in Catherine de Barnes, the pub, turn around, back to the Alton Tavern, 10K, and we'll have a beer in the Alton Tavern. Might even sneak a drink in at the halfway point at the boat as well. So yeah, just a little sort of Christmas run. But yeah, we've got a date for our Christmas special pod as well. So looking forward to that.
Yeah. Should be full of fun. I don't know. We've got some ideas, haven't we? We've got some things in the works, and it'll probably be a little bit similar to the pod we had. Was it last week? Yeah, last week. But hopefully a bit more put together and Christmas themed, and
yeah, absolutely. A few drinks, Christmas jumpers, maybe a quiz master,
maybe some
special guests. Who knows? But yeah, hopefully we'll be back next week. We're hoping to get my brother Cam on, who's going to come on and talk about his running journey so far and the events that he's done recently. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, make sure you hit the like button at the bottom if you're watching on YouTube. Hit subscribe as well. Drop us a comment. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts from, leave us a review on there as well, and let us know what you think of the show. But until next week, keep on trucking. Almost said stay safe then. I've not done that for ages. Always used to do that on Voices of the Vic.
Well, yeah.
Keep on trucking.
Do stay safe though.
stay safe as well. By all means, don't stay unsafe. Keep on trucking and keep on chasing that finish. See you later.